Segment is sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, you can call us here at 737-7767 if you got any questions you might have, and hopefully good ones about tomorrow. I mean, this is exciting times.
It is. Like I say, it's something to see as a privilege. I mean, the great state of Tennessee has given us this opportunity, and so long as the Lord gives me the ability to get out there and go hunting, right. When I can go hunting, I'm going hunting.
I'm going hunting.
So
that's right.
I'm excited about it. I know I am.
And I tell you what, the elk drawing was at 1 o'clock today.
Yeah, I didn't get my tag.
You
man.
Didn't get it? You didn't get that call?
I was supposed to have been a shoe-in this year,
man,
and they still didn't get me my elk tag. I'm going to have to call somebody.
A lot of people. Here's the other thing. I saw somebody made a little comment. You know, it looked like everything came from Chattanooga and area and down in there. That's not true.
No, I mean it's just a random drawing. It is what it is, you know. But I'm gonna have one day. I'll hold it till next year. We'll get one.
But it's 15 people.
Yeah.
And there was some archery and some gun. And then they had a lottery for a firearm.
They do one lottery for.
And they had a kid. Did you see the kid got the one?
I like how they're adding new tags. They're kind of changing up the dimension as far as different ways of getting them. And I like that.
I think it's exciting to have a kid win one.
It is.
And or juvenile. I don't necessarily know it's a kid, but
yeah, I don't know the age.
Anybody less than 36 is a kid to me. but a kid, and gives them an opportunity, something to look forward to.
It does. I mean, the opportunity to go elk hunting.
Oh yeah.
In your home state, you know, in Tennessee.
And our buddy Rick Taylor's already been out there going, if anybody needs a guide.
You know, when we had Kim on last year with her elk, that was a fantastic show. We had a great time doing that. I hope we'll get some people this year that might want to come in and talk with us about it, because it's just fascinating.
It is.
That here they are in the East Tennessee mountains chasing wild elk, you know, and I can't.
That naturally used to roam.
Yeah. They used to be here and they're back, you know, and it's just, I love to see it.
I do too.
But we got a call here.
We got a caller? Raymond? Raymond, how can we help you tonight?
Yeah, I got an opinion on the early deer season.
Okay.
I don't really like it because of the heat and still a lot of pigs and chiggers and everything out. And I'd rather see them put it up the end of the season when it's cool enough to really tick hunt.
Well, the only problem is they don't have velvet during that time. And
oh, but don't that velvet end up coming off anyway?
No.
You've got to be careful with it. They do preserve it. It's something you have to be careful with. And again, it is going to be hot. It is going to be warm this weekend.
Yeah, I believe a lot of people will lose deer.
Well,
because of the heat.
We've been hearing that a lot. But it's just my opinion too. But my opinion on that is, when I shut the door on my truck last year, September the 24th, I believe it was, on opening day of deer season that afternoon, it was 94 degrees. So, yes, it's hot, but I don't see, it's not really any different right now than it's going to be in 4 weeks when they open the regular season as far as heat goes.
Yeah, I believe you're there.
You know, ticks and chiggers, they're going to still be there too, you know.
Push back a little further.
Well, you know, a lot of people would like to see us have a hunt extended in the month of January. Yeah. And I'm not so opposed to that.
Me neither. I think they're looking out at that point for bucks that have lost their antlers.
Yes. Yeah.
And just kind of giving them refuge, because we have a good long season here.
We do.
And I think you know, they just finally, now there are some places in Tennessee that you can go hunt for 2 more weeks after the season closes.
That's right.
So there are places you can go to on some public grounds that do allow it 2 weeks beyond the season. You know, so maybe you could get into some of that stuff as well.
That's right. We hope it helps.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you for calling. And we got Larry. Larry, how can we help you?
Yes, sir. Watch out calling all the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm talking about some fishing stuff now.
Yes, sir.
You had some line treatment on a while back that takes the curls out of the line.
Yes, sir.
The line serum.
Yeah, where can I get it? And what was the name of it again?
It's called Line Taming Serum.
Okay.
And it's made by a man by the name of John Adams. And he's going to be on our show the 13th of September.
13th of September. And
He's coming on the
he's
show.
He's on Facebook.
He's on Facebook, and it's a Line Taming Serum.
Yeah.
Is the name of the Facebook page. But that's what he's asking everybody to call and order through. But if you don't get him there or something happens, you can't find him, just remember September 13th. That's in what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, it'll be 3 weeks.
3 weeks from tonight, he'll be on the show, and he's bringing a bunch of it out here to show everybody. But then you'll be able to call him during the show too. Okay? Larry?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, I'll be glad to watch it.
All right, but it's called Line Taming Serum. Well, thank you for calling.
You bet. Thank y'all for having a good show.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good night.
You too, sir.
All right. We got anybody else?
Do we have any other callers right now?
Okay, right. They're still working on callers. Okay, all right. But you know, getting back to the elk, Tilton.
Calton, we got a call.
Who?
Hello, Calton. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good. I was wondering if you could explain what this hunt is about. I hadn't even heard about it. And I was wondering if you could explain to us.
Sure, it's a.
Thank you.
Yeah, what it is, it's a 3-day archery only hunt. It is a buck only hunt for 3 days. It starts tomorrow and runs through Sunday. And they're calling it the Velvet Hunt. It'll be the first time that we've had it here. Several surrounding states around us, South Carolina, I believe Florida, Kentucky, several other states offer what they call a Velvet Hunt. I think it was probably mostly from hunter outreach, you know, as far as getting it started. And then what they'll do is they'll look and see into biological reasons, and there's no biological data that would show a reason not to have a Velvet Hunt. And I think because of that, they went ahead and kind of moved towards the hunter outreach in this case. And that's why we always tell people, you know, send in your ideas, show up to these meetings. They really listen to what people have to say. But, you know, it's just an opportunity for those that want to take advantage of it that not a lot of people have. And again, we're now the second earliest season in the nation. And so, you know, again, for those that don't want to participate, that's fine. But the ones that do, that's fine. Our other season will be open, you know, regular time, just like normal this year on September 22nd.
That's right.
So for those that want to wait, you know, it'll be open regular. But that is what it is. It is just a velvet buck archery hunt.
That's it. And we got another caller here. And we got Anthony. Anthony, how can we help you?
Hey, I'd just like y'all to give me a little information on them antlers. And what I understand is when they're in the velvet, they haven't hardened out and boned up yet, and they just fall apart and disintegrate. And so if the man's going to take his prize deer that he's been watching, his antlers are going to fall apart. And I'll just shut up now and let y'all comment.
All right, sure.
I'll listen to what y'all got to say.
Well, we'll be glad to help you out, Anthony.
Hey, I appreciate y'all. Shut up.
Thank you for
very
calling.
much.
We appreciate it very much.
Thank you for the call. And he's got a great question there,
He does.
but it is one of those that's kind of misguided.
It's more like, yeah, their horns are not completely hard
soft,
yet. Now, right now they're
hard.
actually getting very close now to being fully hard.
But what I want to tell them is the antler growth is from the inside going out.
Correct. So that's exactly right. And the way it works is there's blood around those antlers.
Yes.
Okay, and that's why in the early summertime they are softer, and that's why you'll see a deer with a pedicle injury or something like that, and they'll have an odd looking rack, and that's because they're soft when they start growing.
Hit a tree or
probably
something.
hit a tree, hung a fence, something like that, and caused an injury. But right now those antlers are really pretty hard. Number one. Now if you shoot a deer and he crashes into a tree or something, yeah, he might knock an antler off.
He might brush some of that velvet off.
But if he does, it can be repaired. The velvet can be repaired. But it's just, and also we need to keep in mind that velvet, just like your meat can go bad, that velvet can go bad.
Yeah.
So the key is, I've got a tarp in the back of my truck right now. I talked to Nathan Wilson, Rick Taylor did a video the other day, and he talked about bringing a tarp with you. if you're successful, get that deer in that tarp and use that tarp to drag your deer, number one. Don't drag him on his hair.
On the ground.
And get him to an ATV or a truck or something as quick as you can. Do as little dragging as you can. But you want to focus on getting those antlers frozen just as quick as you want to focus on getting your deer frozen. And if that be the case, as long as there's not really any damage, they will use the original velvet that's on the deer.
That's right.
And preserve it and go about it that way.
And I've seen mounts that lasted many years with them still in velvet.
Yeah, once they're preserved, it's it's just like anything else. It's there to stay.
It's there.
So,
all right.
And
we appreciate it.
Who did we have on too? James, how are you doing?
Can we help you?
Hey, good evening.
Yes, sir.
I enjoy y'all's show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Quick question on the elk hunting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do y'all think that the TWRA doesn't award priority points on the elk hunt when up for an unsuccessful draw?
Well,
I can tell you my opinion.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
My opinion is if there's not enough harvest for the amount of people that put in for it.
That's exactly right. The thing is, you would have hundreds of 100,000 people that would have 2 points and then 3 points and then 4 points and then 5 points. So it really, there's so few tags compared to how many people put in.
Gave in for the 15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They put in for the 15.
Yeah.
So, but if you had priority points added to that, then that number would probably triple or quadruple.
But also, again, I mean, you would have that many people that have the same amount of priority points. So the system just really wouldn't work in that case because there's only 15 tags. Now, it might be something, and we pray it does happen, as the herd grows in the future. One of these days, it may be that way. But for right now, I would say it's mostly for that reason.
We're still trying to get on President's Island.
Yeah, I've been trying 9 years to do that.
I understand.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for calling.
Thank you, James.
Bye.
Oh. All right.
Well, I guess it's time to go over and do this week's tip of the week.
We do. This
week's tip of the week is being brought to you by Davidson Farmers Co-op. You can see them right there on Dickerson Pike, right off of Bradley Parkway, or give them a call, 615-860-4774.
And this week's tip is, hey, opening day's tomorrow for the velvet hunt, and let me tell you what I want you to consider, if you hadn't already, and that is using game cleaning gloves. Now, the ones I get, now you've seen them, they all look like the Humpty Dumpty kind of gloves, big fingers that you never will fill. But guess what? They make them where it has surgical gloves inside. Yep. If you'll put those surgical gloves on first, then put your field dressing gloves that has the rubber bands. They're long enough that they'll go all the way up to your shoulder, and then you can put that rubber band on there and keep them up the entire time. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, more importantly, please use them.
Yes. People don't understand the importance. They don't.
That blood transfers, and even if you have a slight nick or a cut on your arm or your hand, or you have a skin irritation or something like that, you can not only get infected from it, but you can infect the meat too. Yeah. So that's why I highly recommend using these game cleaning gloves. And I tell everybody I've ever taught how to clean and field dress, use these things as much as possible. And then as soon as you get through, please wash your hands thoroughly. And I'm talking about just like they tell you in a restaurant, a good 20 scrubbings, at least 20 seconds of scrubbing before you wash it off. But let's make it all clean and get that carcass to the deer process. Well, you can't tomorrow, but whatever you got to do with it, just get it home safely, all right? That's all we got for this week on the tip of the week.
That's right. We're going to be back here in just a minute. We're going to have a great recipe for you guys from Mr. Tom Courtney.
Oh, man.
We'll see you in a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.
And we didn't need an Uber driver.